Good morning, boys and girls, and welcome back. I'm so glad that you could join me this morning for our read aloud. Today, we are going to be learning about the life cycle of a plant. So it starts off with a seed, and it starts to grow the roots, and then we have a sprout, and then it grows the leaves. And then it starts all over again. The leaves then give us fruit or flowers that give us new seeds, and those seeds start all over again in the dirt. So Miss Trisha has some beans here. We're going to do a science experiment, and we're going to get started with our presentation. So let's start. Let me make sure everything is set up. Okay. Let's start our presentation so that you can see into my computer. It's time to read a book. Come with me. It's time to read a book. Come and see. It's time to read a book. It's time to read a book. It's time to read a book. Come with me. All right, it's time to stand up so that we can sing and dance. Today's song is Can You Plant a Bean? And we get started by getting our heart rate pumping.
Can you plant a bean? Watch it grow up big and green. Can you water the seed and pull out
Plant
the
a
weeds?
bean?
Can you shine like the sun and pick pods one by one? Working is done, now let's eat that bean. Well, can you plant a bean? Watch it grow up big and green. Can you water the seed and pull out the weeds? Can you shine like the sun and pick pods one by one? Working is done, now let's eat that bean. Can you plant that bean? Watch it grow up big and green. Can you water the seed? Pull out the weeds. Can you shine like the sun? Pick pods one by one. Working is done. Now let's eat that bean. Can you plant a bean? Watch it grow up big and green. Can you water the seed? Pull out the weeds. Can you shine like the sun? Pick pods one by one. Working is done. Now let's eat that bean. Can you plant a bean? Watch it grow up big and green. Can you water the seed? Pull out the weeds. Can you shine like the sun? Pick pods one by one. Working is done. Now let's eat that bean.
Woo! Woo! Good job. Should we do that one more time? I think we should do that one more time. Oops.
Can you
Pause it for a second.
plant a bean? Watch it grow up big and green. Can you water the seed and pull out the weeds? Can you shine like the sun and pick pods one by one? Working is done, now let's eat that bean.
Can you do that so that it gets faster? You ready?
Can you plant the bean? Watch it grow up big and green. Can you water the seed and pull out the weeds? Can you shine like the sun and pick pods one by one? Working is done, now let's eat that bean. Can you plant that bean? Watch it grow up big and green. Can you water the seed? Pull out the weeds. Can you shine like the sun? Pick pods one by one. Working is done. Now let's eat that bean. Can you plant a bean? Watch it grow up big and green. Can you water the seed? Pull out the weeds. Can you shine like the sun? Pick pods one by one. Working is done. Now let's eat that bean. Can you plant a bean? Watch it grow up big and green. Can you water the seed? Pull out the weeds. Can you shine like the sun? Pick pods one by one. Working is done. Now let's eat that bean.
Woo-wee! that got complicated when it started to get faster, didn't it? Let's see what our book is today. It says it's a fairy tale science, growing a beanstalk for Jack. We're going to click on the link here. Here comes our book. Here comes our book. Taking a bit longer, but here comes our book. Again, this is a nonfiction book, so it has a table of contents. The title of our book is Growing a Beanstalk for Jack, and it's written by Joanne Mattern. It says readers grow their own beanstalk plants to help Jack and the Beanstalk. And that was one of our favoriteest stories when we were in school together, wasn't it? Jack and his mother were very poor. Jack's mother told him to sell the cow. Instead, he traded the cow for 5 magic beans. Jack's mother was angry and she threw the beans outside. Jack was supposed to get money for the cow at the market. The next morning, Jack looked outside and a huge beanstalk had grown. Jack climbed the beanstalk. At the top, he found the home of a giant. The home was filled with treasure. Jack took the bag of gold. He carried it home. Jack climbed the beanstalk again. This time, he stole a magic goose. It laid golden eggs. Another time, Jack grabbed a harp, but the harp could talk and it called for help. The giant chased down the beanstalk. Jack grabbed an axe and he chopped down the huge beanstalk, and the giant fell down with a crash, and Jack and his mother were safe. Now, that was the quick, abbreviated version of Jack and the Beanstalk, wasn't it? Growing a bean plant. Huge beanstalks can only appear in fairy tales, but you can grow your own bean plants at home. Different plants grow best under different conditions. These conditions include water, sunlight, and soil. People can grow green beans to eat. For example, some plants need lots of water. Other plants only need a little. Similarly, some plants thrive in direct sunlight and other plants grow well in indirect sunlight. You will grow green beans in different levels of sunlight, and you will see which plant grows best over time. So we're going to do our science experiment a little different. We're not going to use soil. We're going to use a paper towel. The paper towel is going to be our soil. And we're going to wet our paper towel with some water. We're just going to stick our paper towel in the water. And then put our paper towel in the Ziploc bag. So we're not going to fill up a cup with soil. We're just going to put our plastic bag and our paper towel in our plastic bag. And how many beans do you think you should put? Let's put in 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're going to tape this plastic bag to Miss Trisha's window so that it gets sunlight. And we're going to watch and see. The reason why I put it in a plastic bag instead of dirt is because Miss Trisha wants you to see the roots when they start to grow. I want you to see them. And this one, we're not going to put any water on our paper towel. We're just going to put our paper towel in the plastic bag, so no water. And we're going to put 5 seeds in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're going to put this one in the closet. So no water and no sunlight. And it's going to go in a closet. What do you think is going to happen to the beans in the closet? Are they going to grow? I don't think so. So next week, we're going to have a plant week, and we're going to check on our plants every day. So this one was No water, no light. And there's our beans, and then the paper towel. And do we think they're going to grow? And this was water and light. And we're going to tape this one to the window. And we're going to put the other one in a dark closet so that it doesn't grow. And then we're going to check on, so it says to place 1 cup in a sunny window and place the second cup farther inside the room. So we're going to place this one on the window. And the other one is going to go in a closet. It says check on the plants daily and add water when the soil feels dry. So we'll add water to our paper towel. Watch and wait for your plants to grow and record the results. Which plant grows the fastest? And which plant grows the biggest? And which plant doesn't grow at all? In the real world, many people grow plants outside in the sun. They grow plants in the spring and summer, but some people live in cold climates, and other people may want to grow plants during the winter. In the winter, it is cold, too cold to grow plants outside. So the plants would freeze. Instead, people grow plants inside a greenhouse. A greenhouse is made of glass. The glass lets in lots of sunlight, and the sunlight warms the inside of the greenhouse. The building traps the heat inside. The greenhouse stays warm and wet and is a great place for plants to grow. So there's the greenhouse picture there. You can see the heat from the sun enters the greenhouse and the walls and the roof trap some of the heat inside. And people can add plastic sheeting to trap even more heat inside. The plant in the direct sunlight will probably grow very well. It grew full leaves, and the plant in the dark probably did not grow at all. The stem, there might not even be a stem, huh? What's it say there? Because the plant in the dark also grew. Plants grow towards light. Beans do not need sunlight to germinate, but this plant did not grow leaves. Its stems were long and white. By growing new bean plants while changing other conditions, water one plant every day, water another plant only when the soil is dry, do not water the third plant at all. These are different experiments you can do. You can place 1 seed in sand, place 1 seed in soil, you can place 1/3 seed in clay, change the conditions. That's a good way to do science at home. Most plants have some parts. Those parts are seeds, the same parts. Those parts are seeds, roots, stems, leaves, flower. When the seed germinates, roots grow. There's the roots. Down into the soil. They soak up nutrients and water in the soil. Soon, a stem grows out of the seed, and the stem pushes up through the soil and holds up the plant. In time, the stem grows leaves. Leaves help make food for the plant. Later, the plant grows flowers, and flowers hold new seeds. And those seeds fall to the ground and they get buried in the soil. And the cycle of life starts all over again. Plants get nutrients from the soil, but plants also make their own food. This process is called photosynthesis. The process starts with water, air, and sunlight. Plants absorb water from the soil. They also take in a gas called carbon dioxide from the air. Chlorophyll in the leaves absorbs sunlight. That light has energy. Plants use that energy. They change the carbon dioxide and water into oxygen and glucose. Glucose is food for the plants. Plants release the oxygen into the air. People and animals breathe in the oxygen. We need oxygen to live. Without plants, there would be no oxygen for people to breathe. So the plant breathes in the carbon dioxide and the water, and it turns it into oxygen. So there's the energy from the sunlight. The carbon dioxide is going into the plant, absorbs from the air. and then the oxygen is coming out of the plant and released into the air. Plants might not take us up to Giant's Castle, but without them, there would be no life on Earth. So here are some questions. You can write your answers on a separate piece of paper. It says, write a paragraph. A paragraph is a few sentences that summarize the main idea of chapter 3. So if you go back to the table of contents, then you're just going to go and look at chapter 3. So let's go back to the beginning. And chapter 3 was about greenhouses. So you're going to summarize, what did you learn about greenhouses? And then, do you think it's easy to grow healthy plants? And then, why did the plant in the window grow the best? What might happen to a plant if the soil is packed very tightly? What does thrive mean in this book? Similarly, some plants thrive in direct sunlight. What does absorb mean in this book? Plants absorb water from the soil. They also take in a gas called carbon dioxide from the air. So there's some questions for you guys to think about. Here's a glossary, which are some new words that you can use. And then you can do www.focusreaders.com to find lesson plans, activities, links, and other resources related to this title. We're almost done. Let's finish our book. And it looks there. There's a making a bridge for the gingerbread man, making a pulley system for Rapunzel, making a raft for the 3 billy goats, making a windproof house for 3 little pigs. Look at all those books. And some of those are our favorite stories. So we earned 295 points for reading for 12 minutes. We're going to go back to our presentation here. So there's the life cycle of a plant. So we have seeds. We have seeds. Or today we had beans. There's a bean that you can grow. And maybe you guys might want to try this experiment at home. All we needed was a Ziploc bag, 2 Ziploc bags, 2 paper towels, and any kind of beans will do. And you can put 1 Ziploc bag in a closet and put the other Ziploc bag. I'm going to put it on my window when I get done here. And then the roots and the sprouts sprout up, and then the leaves and the flowers sprout up. So here's our Google assignment. You're going to work with your child to write a story about a seed. Talk with them about what type of seed they want to write about, and have them draw a picture of 3 different phases the seed goes through. And here are the phases. We have seed, roots, sprout, and flower. And here on our Google Classroom video, we have I am a seed. So if you type that in on YouTube, you can find that. Or if you're on Google Classroom, you can watch it right here on this Google slideshow. And then it says, tell your child to imagine they are a tiny seed buried under the ground. Have them ball themselves up into a tight ball. Parents, then pretend to water them. After watering the seed, ask your child to slowly start to grow until they are standing up completely tall, reaching up into the air. Video your child growing from a seed to a tall plant and upload that to Google Classroom. And then here is another assignment, writing. As you go for a walk or drive around the neighborhood, go on a letter hunt. And ask your child, instead of writing the letters down, ask your child what sound does that letter make, and then record a video of your letter hunt and the child making the letter sounds. And then here's another quick reminder for connecting to Google Classroom on your phone. If you have not got on Google Classroom, I highly recommend it. I know that I'm posting some things on Class Dojo, but on Google Classroom, the lessons post automatically. You can click right on the lesson and download the pictures from your phone, and videos also. Videos cannot be downloaded on Class Dojo, so that's kind of a fallback. And also my Google Slides are attached to all the lessons. So you can go back and look at this slide and watch the video over again. And there's just more, I'm just able to put more detailed instructions on Google Classroom. So first download the Gmail app to your phone and log in using your child's PGCPS email login information. After you've logged in, use the website first to get into the classroom, and that is google.classroom.com, I believe. Once you get into the classroom, then download the Google Classroom app to your phone and enter the classroom through your app. We have about 7 friends on Google Classroom, so that I know that it's possible. So I really want to encourage you guys, if you haven't already, to do that, please. A big thank you. Thank you for all your effort to complete our assignments and get them posted to us, whether that be on Google Classroom or Class Dojo. I'm just encouraging everyone to get on Google Classroom because the assignments post automatically every day at certain times so that we can kind of have some kind of a schedule. You can also see the Google Slides. I can't post the Google Slides to Class Dojo, and there's more details. And you can also click right on the link to upload your videos. So there's definitely some pros there. Hope everybody had fun and is motivated to maybe go and plant their own seeds today. Get some beans and plant, and make sure you draw your picture of your stages of your seeds. And have a good day, everybody. I'll be back later at 12:30 for our math lesson. See you later. Adios.